Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. You can see my voice is still a little jacked up here. Um, let's see here. To make sure people on X can hear me. I'll try and put my mic. I'm gonna lose this stupid little picture-in-picture too because the lighting's bad. Make sure everyone can hear me, even though it's not very good. Make sure people on X can hear me. Jeez, that's terrible. Anyway, yeah, interesting. Clarity Act gets pushed back and crypto's going up. So very interesting times. But maybe worth noting, I'll have my mouth close to the mic here so I don't have to talk too loud. But yeah, check it out. We've got Clarity Act gets delayed. And yet look at Bitcoin on the daily chart up 1.6%. Up 1.6%. And I've got a slide here. It's just interesting, though. All this bad stuff happening. Clarity Act gets pushed back. We have this big hack. Sailors selling. And the Fed's not lowering interest rates. And yet Bitcoin's showing itself to be very resilient. So I think that's definitely worth noting. Anyway, like I said, I'll kind of wrap it up quick. I've got my other show. Hopefully, my co-host, like yesterday, co-host took over most of the stuff because my voice is so bad. But yeah, so here we are. First off, I like to look at oil. Hey, Mr. Heine, or no, that's Scott. Sorry, jeez, my glasses. I got to clean my glasses here. Yeah, thank Heine. It's Friday. Scott, my co-host over on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show, also hosts a space for the Heine community every morning. They say thank Heine. It's Friday, so yeah. Especially for me, I can rest my voice over the weekend. But interesting times, man. No, I didn't. I went to the gas station and they didn't have any good ones, so I didn't buy any, but I need to. So I bought a cold drink, which certainly isn't helping. But anyway, yeah, oil, $77 down a third of a point. So not hearing too much about not hearing too much about the war over there, but oil holding steady, going down. I mean, it got up to like $90, but during the last piece still it was around 68, 69. So I would say overall not great, but holding steady nonetheless. But so Nasdaq, we'll quickly look at it, and then I've got some articles to show you. But Nasdaq up 0.95%, Dow up 0.12, S&P up a third at 0.37. We've got SpaceX up 5% to 120, and STRC 94.99, almost 95. I mean, Sailor might go back in buying mode. I think the things the steps he took seem to have been effective. They want to be what they call on par. Is it par? Yeah, not peg, but par at $100 to buy more. And they sold twice. Twice they sold over $100 million worth, but they also now sitting. They can pay their dividend for well over 2 years. So those plays seem to have worked. But yeah, and so yeah, all this bad stuff happening, yet Bitcoin holding steady. Bitcoin 65, 253. We'll let it update, but man, that's not bad on a Friday, especially when you consider on a Friday could be low volume and whatever. But man, if we can hold 65, even 64 through the weekend, I don't think we can ask for too much more than that. Yeah, 65, 210, up 1.4%. I'll take that with all that's going on. It's kind of making me think that maybe 57 was the bottom. I don't know. A lot of people calling for 50 and 40s, and people think lower. And it might. It certainly could. But the Clarity Act would kind of be decisive. As far as I know, they've put it off. Didn't even have the balls to put it to a vote to see who was against it, right? So put off until after, still maybe before the midterm, but definitely delayed. I think they're off for like a month. So Ethereum 1934 up 1.6%. XRP has been lagging for several days now. XRP $1.04, literally down 0.4 when everything else is up. It's been that trend for 3 or 4 days, pushing closer and closer to that dollar mark. I don't know. I don't know if people are just waking up and saying that they've been a little delusional or what's going on with XRP. Solana up 74.23, up 1.5%. Cashcat, of course, got listed on Robinhood yesterday. We talked about that. Wicked all the way up to almost to 212. Yeah, around 212. Got down as low as 87.90, 88, let's call it. Now it's at 105. So playing in there. Ansem, which is the Black Bull over on but that's big move by Robinhood to list that on their app. 180 up about 7%. So it's still hanging in there, still holding on. And then of course our excuse me, our Baby Bull. Not Baby Bull. Baby Bull's been lacking a little bit. Actually, it was around 4s and now it's kind of dropped into the 2s here. Yeah, 271 for the Baby Bull, which is just a derivative, but yeah, 17.2, so holding good, up about a little over 4%, having some good spaces, some good stuff happening. Jason's out there cutting deals, and of course, when you look at that, when you look at the holders, that wallet, which he's going to give back to the community as liquidity allows it, he's got 11.7 million at the peak he had. That was worth 31 million, I believe, but he still has almost 68%. So yeah, looking good. Shows every day. Now here's one that kind of pisses me off. I see yesterday this butthole coin. Okay, I see this butthole coin yesterday. The people who were talking about it, I'm like, they're getting ready to crime it up, right? So it's kind of some high profile things. Now, it was really hard to find the contract. The contract says 7S, ends in BL, but really hard because there's so many butthole coins out there. But anyway, I saw it at 1 million, kind of keeping an eye on it. I just felt, just based on who was talking about it, I felt like they were going to climb this thing up or push it up, and sure enough, I woke up this morning, it was 3, and now it's 3.9. So I don't know that I'm probably not going to play with it, but pisses me off I didn't buy it when I knew I should have last night. I had it in my wallet. Like I say, it spent 20 minutes just figuring out the right contract. And anyway, here it is, rocking and rolling this morning. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. And it's funny, they're saying they're giving you some Anthropic pre-IPO shares or something. I mean, who knows what kind of crap they're talking. Anyway, yeah, bottom line is I missed out on a 4X, but a lot of times I'll buy in and out of these. I don't really talk about them. When I start talking about them, I feel, especially if I'm really behind them, like the Bitcoin bull or I just don't feel like I can't just be dumping them, right? So if I don't talk about them or anything, then I can do what I want. But yeah, missed a 4X in the last 6 hours, 8 hours. Should have bought it. I know. I really thought I had till this morning early though, because I get up at 4:30. Yeah, Scott. So Jason has 67.82%. He's rewarded the community 2.8 over 500,000. Yeah, so that's good. And the way he does it, he's cutting deals. He's working on deals, trying to make it a long-term multi-cycle meme coin. So we're with him for sure. But yeah, Michael Saylor, this is from our guy David Goldstein. He had a space yesterday. It was good. I didn't talk any spaces yesterday because of my voice, but it was in him all day. He had a long space yesterday, and but here's his news thing that sends you out these little news blitz. But Michael Saylor came out this morning and said, Bitcoin needs no clarity, but America does, as the Clarity Act failed to pass the Senate before recess. Yeah, broken system, absolutely. I heard Scott talking about daylight savings time on his show. That's about a 99 to 1. I think for every 100 people that want to get rid of it, there's one person that wants to keep it. And it passed the House and hasn't even passed the Senate yet. We can't even pass something that everyone agrees on. So, complete crap system. Now look at this. This is the main thing. If you take anything from the show today, I want you to. This is my guy Borovic, big account out there on X. He says bearish news no longer matters to Bitcoin. And this is pretty serious when you think about it. Saylor selling 100 million in Bitcoin twice now. Clarity Act being delayed. Cold Card 100 million stolen. Interest rates not going down. Probably talking rate hikes. Right? All this stuff happened and Bitcoin still at 65. I don't think anyone would have predicted all these things happening and then still Bitcoin holding above 65, actually going up a little. So anyway, something to think about. Bitcoin's definitely showing its resilience. So yeah, that's the main takeaway from today's show. Is just think about that. Now, President Trump's come out hard, saying we need to pass this. We're gonna get beat by Bitcoin's important. We're gonna beat by China, Japan, and others will lead in crypto and AI, and that's true. That's true because of these worthless politicians. I think they should just get rid of the filibuster and pass all this stuff. Very important stuff that needs to be passed, and it's voting, so they can't be cheating on the voting, which they do. And then obviously this Clarity Act, if we want to be, there's no sense talking about America being the leader of crypto if we can't get that passed, because we're not going to be. Crazy. Silver and gold are looking to have their best week in history. Gold has climbed 6.6%, and silver 11.3, and 2.2 trillion has been added. Almost the whole market cap of crypto has been added to gold and silver. So if you don't think we're early in Bitcoin and stuff, it shows you how small we are compared to these other assets. But anyway, huge. Interesting. There's a trilateral defense deal merging between Saudi, Turkey, and Pakistan. I thought that was interesting. It seems like, anyway, it's interesting. But yeah, I guess they're seeing all this stuff going in the Middle East, saying, hey, we need to protect ourselves. So they're doing this trilateral defense pact, kind of like what we have with NATO. But anyway, interesting. Because if you look at it right now with Iran, Pakistan and Turkey are a lot much more closely aligned with Iran than, administration than Saudi is. So anyway, interesting. Leave it at that. Call sheet traders forecast Ethereum will hit $3,200 this year. So yeah, I think we're going to end the year stronger than we are now. But and Jack Dorsey's Block, which owns Cash App, and I think Square, is their little merchant account that everyone uses. They just bought 234 Bitcoin worth 15.1 million. Now they hold 9,117 Bitcoin. So people are still buying. It's not just Saylor. Saylor just tried to do it on overdrive and maybe got a little far over his skis, but other people can continue to buy. Jack Dorsey, solid supporter of Bitcoin. Yeah, and here's interesting too, that the Saudi oil imports from Saudi Arabia to U.S. have dropped to zero, first time in 40 years. Shout out to Trump and his energy independence. And then ARK Investment, she bought Block, which is what we just talked about. That's owned by Jack Dorsey and SpaceX. Probably bought that dip at around 110. Now it's 120. She's always been a huge Tesla Elon fan, though. So unemployment expected 4.2, came in at 4.1. So unemployment numbers not as high, but then we'll end with this one here. They expected in July to add 80,000 jobs. They only added 23,000. So this will keep them, I think, from doing a rate cut. I don't think you can do a rate cut when you lose 23,000 jobs and you expected to add 80,000. So I think that takes away the argument for a rate cut. because of course the Fed has that dual mandate, unemployment and interest. But anyway, interesting. So kind of mixed news. Um, kind of mixed news. And sometimes the unemployment filings drop off because people just give up. There's not as many people. But anyway, that's the economic data. Just take a last look at Bitcoin just for also this butt coin that I miss. It's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna have to get rid of the screen if it keeps going up and down a little. It'll be interesting if people start talking more about this. 70 okay, Solana. Let's just take one last look at Bitcoin. Appreciate everyone listening live, or even my voice is crap. Hopefully it'll be fixed by Monday. Get some rest and whatnot. But yeah, 65, 232, 95, up 1.2. So yeah, I say that's pretty good going into weekend. If we can maintain 60, 65 would be great. 64 wouldn't be bad. And we'll just see. Wouldn't have guessed that we can have all this bad stuff happen. No rate cut, no Clarity Act. We got a big hack. We got Saylor selling. All those things were, a few months ago we didn't think were going to happen. Yet here we are at 65. Very interesting. I'd say good. But yeah, join me over there on the show. Maybe I'll have Scott and some of the other guys take more of a role there so I can rest my voice a little, but I'll be there and we'll talk some more. We'll talk some Bitcoin bull. Jason joined us yesterday. Maybe he'll join us today. And really, it's the only excitement out there other than Buttcoin and Cash Cat. So Cash Cat deal is interesting, though. Shout out to Robinhood and pulling that and whatnot. But yeah, it's probably a good weekend to get out and golf and hit the lake, hit the mountains, mow the lawn, enjoy yourself, spend time with families. But yeah, maybe we can hold this. I'll feel good if we're at 65, even 64 come Monday. I feel great. That's good progress. But yeah, join me over there. Thanks for joining me live. Sorry about the voice, and we will see you guys on Monday. We'll be back for more and see where we go next week. Might be a boring 3 or 4 weeks with Congress out, and man, just I